Moeka's still sitting on the floor. Kill her if you have to, Kurisu said. Moeka did the same thing to us. She doesn't deserve mercy. Kill her or let her live. It's my choice. My responsibility. Even after I undo the murder, the memory of my crime will remain with me. That sin, that guilt, I'll have to carry that weight. I mustn't ever forget. That's what Kurisu meant when she spoke of responsibility. Excuse me, responsibility. Murder is unforgivable, no matter the circumstances. Can you understand that, Kiryu Moeka? I reach for Moeka's phone. This time, there's no hesitation. Moeka resists. I grab her slender hand and pin it to the window. The glass rattles from the force, but thankfully doesn't break. With my other hand, I pry the phone away from Moeka's chest. She drives her foot straight into my solar plexus. The breath explodes from my lungs. I gasp for air. In a fit of anger, I try to raise my hand to strike. But at the last moment, I hesitate. Damn, what happened to killing her if I have to? I know we're past the point of playing nice, but I've never hit a girl in my life. I don't consider myself a model gentleman or anything, but the idea that men aren't supposed to hit women is such a strong part of my common sense that it stayed my hand almost like instinct. So instead, I wrap my hand around Moeka's neck and squeeze. When she tries to kick me again, I pin her legs under my own. I squeeze harder. My fingers dig into her throat. She struggles to breathe, for breath. I feel her throat moving as she gasps for air. I can finally see my reflection in her tear-reddened eyes. Moeka is under control, but now I don't have a free hand to take her phone. If I loosen my grip on her throat even slightly, it'll turn into a struggle again. Moeka's hiding her phone behind her back now. I need that phone. Should I let go of her hand or her neck? Moeka weakly shakes her head. I wonder if I even can. I can undo it with the time leap machine. It'll be the perfect crime, one that never happened. But still, do I really have to have it in me to murder someone? I don't know, but I have to try. No words leave Moeka's lips, just rough breathing. Stalemate. Neither of us shows the other any openings. We're practically motionless, but our breathing is ragged. It's taking all my strength just to pin her down. Our rough breathing echoes through the room. For a moment, it even seems to synchronize. This is getting me nowhere. I remove my hands from her neck, then use my entire left arm to pin her against the wall in a guillotine choke. She starts groaning in pain. My right hand has her left hand up against the glass. Now I pull her hand down and transfer it to the grip of my left hand. Now my right hand is free. I slide it back behind her back and go searching for her phone. I have to lean in close to do this. I press my body up against hers. Pain explodes in my jaw. I lean back. Moeka is readying another headbutt. I put more strength into the guillotine choke to stop her. Moeka's face twists with pain, and she struggles to escape my grasp. My guillotine choke seems to be working. She doesn't have the strength to resist. If I push any harder, she really might die. I push harder. Moeka writhes in pain. Tears fall from her eyes and drool from her mouth. As her resistance weakens, my right hand finds Moeka's phone. She still has it in a tight grip, but I manage to tear it away. This is intense, man. I quickly release Moeka and step away. She bends over and coughs violently, but she still reaches out to me with her tears in her eyes. She wants her phone back. I don't care. I look at the screen. It shows an email draft with a string of FBs entered. I clear the text and start typing a new mail. But her phone's different from mine, so I don't quite know how to use it. Let's see. She's gonna get up. Startled, I look up to see Moeka staggering to her feet. She's like a goddamn zombie. I quickly run outside and close the door behind me. Then I lean my entire body weight onto it so she can't open it from the inside. The doorknob rattles and she tries to open the door. Then she starts pounding on the inside. It's a good thing doors in Japan open out. You wouldn't see this in a Hollywood movie. Anyway, I have her phone. Now I just need to pretend to be Moeka and send the cancellation email. Moeka changes to the past will be cancelled. The world line will change. The IBM 5100 will come back to me. And then we'll hack into CERN. Mission complete. Fate won't have my Yuri this time. Victory will be mine.
D-mail の設定を頼む。変な音が聞こえるけど。少しばかり修羅場中だな。
Good job. I tell her Moeka's address.
入力完了。マイルはまだ。ブラウン管工房で店長さんと話して42型ブラウン管を突き刺せたことにね。話してないだろうな。
Maybe you should, you know, send the mail. I put my phone down and resume typing into Moeka's phone. A middle-aged lady comes out of the apartment next door. Our eyes meet, so I put on a forced smile. The lady grins mockingly before going back inside. I wonder what she was thinking. Maybe she thought it was a lover's quarrel. In the mail, I write, "Model change, do it now, before sold out." Moeka's D-mail said, "Don't change models." The desire for limited edition, hard-to-find products is hard-coded into Japanese DNA. Appealing to that instinct should work. I doubt it. The insistent pounding on the door grows louder. And now I hear groaning from the other side. I can't believe how persistent she is. Is her phone really that important to her? But I've already won. All I have to do is send the D-mail. I'll never forgive you, Moeka, but at least our relationship ends here. Let this be the last time we meet. I raise the phone to eye level. I take a deep breath. It ends now. Come on, send it! I press send. No vertigo, no dizziness, nothing. Reading Steiner didn't activate. She ignored it. Why didn't the world line change? Did the phone wave fail to function? I bring my own phone back to my ear. Karisu is still on the line. She's not swayed by something like that. Consider the possibilities. Pounding on the door has ceased. Is she going for a gun now? Did she finally give up? No, she wouldn't give up. Does she plan to climb out the window and loop around? But we're on the second floor. That would be quite a feat. I should still have some time left.
こっちでタイマーを微調整する。助かる。そっちの様子は？ミスター・ブラウンが乗り込んできてないか？今下から怒鳴り声が聞こえてる。きっと橋田と真由里があまり余裕はないと思って。
I put my phone into my pocket without hanging up. I changed the message and send another email, but still nothing happens. Change now, your phone is cursed. I make another one, send. Why? What am I doing wrong? I'd like to ask Moeka, but if I go back inside now, she'll probably just attack me. You think? Which reminds me, she's been awfully quiet. What is she doing now? Maybe she really did go out the window. I look around. I don't see her anywhere. Think, why didn't the D-mail work? I wipe the sweat from my brow. My entire body is soaked. It must be the adrenaline. What if Moeka changed addresses when she got a new phone? I take out my phone. I frantically consider my options as I stare hard at Moeka's phone. The walkway is dim, but Moeka's gaudy purple phone shines in the faint light. Wait, I take another good look at the phone. There's something wrong here. What is it?
Okabe? どうしたの?
Gaudy purple. Latest model. Removable LCD screen. Model number GG01. My eyes tell me there's nothing wrong. I saw this phone when Moeka sent her D-mail, and many times before, she was never without it. It's the same. Nothing has changed. Why hasn't it changed? Why is it the same as before Moeka sent her D-mail? Moeka's D-mail said, don't change models. She should have had a different phone when she sent it. But she didn't. It was the same phone that I'm holding right now. There's only one explanation. She never changed models to begin with. She lied to me. Moeka's D-mail wasn't about her phone. That explains how it affected the IBM 5100. It also explains why my cancellation D-mails aren't working. The door violently shakes behind my back. It's much stronger than before. She must be ramming something hard and heavy against the door. I quickly move away from the door. The door shakes again. I can see the frame starting to warp. She is crazy, man. I suppose I should be thankful she doesn't have a gun. But honestly, this is terrifying enough. It chills my blood to think of what her face must look like right now. I've never been the target of such single-minded obsession before. But unfortunately, I can't run away. I need to face Moeka again and wring the information out of her. Both Ferris and Lukako remembered their D-mails. With prodding, Moeka will probably remember too. I need that information. Crap! I don't want to go in there. My teeth are chattering. This is pathetic. I thought I'd won when I snatched her phone, but now my advantage is gone.
Okabe? Okabe! Henki shiro! Christina. 動いてる。大丈夫なの？どうやらモエカが送った D メールは機種変更に関することじゃなかったらしい。おそらくあの女は送る直前で内容を差し替えたんだ。俺が何をやっても世界線が変わらないのはそのせいだ。
Makes sense.
着信履歴はそこに残ってるかもしれない。着信履歴
That's true. Of course. Even if it's not in our sent history, it would be in the arrival history. I glare at the purple phone in my hand. It's a good thing Moeka didn't change phones. Now I know exactly where the D-mail went. For a second there, I thought it would be easy. I should have known better. Moeka is not a casual phone user. Her mailbox has literally hundreds of entries over the past week, although mostly from FB, almost all from FB. Some of my mails are sprinkled in. I don't have time to search through each of these mails, even just the subject lines. Not to mention the pounding on the door is freaking me out. I hang up. The lady next door comes out again, alarmed by the escalating noise. She glares at me. But when she sees the magnitude of the door's damage, the lady opens her eyes in shock and runs back inside. I'm not leaning against the door anymore. Moeka could just open it, but she hasn't realized that. She's so fixated on getting her phone back, she'd destroy her own door. In any case, I don't have time to check her email history. I put the phones into my pockets and move to the side of the door. I carefully grip the doorknob and wait for the interval between bangs. Now! I yank the door open. A coffee table flies out and smashes into the walkway railing. Oh man! Her screech raises hairs all over my body. She's standing in the entrance like a revenant of the gates of hell. I step back. My knees tremble. But then I remember what I'm here to do. I gather my resolve, enter the room, and close the door behind me. Or at least I try. The door is bent and won't fully close. I give up on locking it. Moeka glares at me, shaking with fury. First, I have to restrain her again. This is a woman who would kill on command, who would break even her own door just to retrieve her phone. It's too dangerous to let her be. I'm stronger. I just need to get her on the ground. There's no time. It's now or never. Crushing my fear, I charge Moeka at full speed. Our bodies collide. Moeka tries to twist away, but I grab her clothes and use my momentum to push her to the floor. The back of her head hits the floor. Her resistance weakens. She doesn't know how to break a fall. Some secret agent. I quickly straddle her waist. Now she's mine. Moeka flails her arms and legs wildly. I should have known she wouldn't give up. Her fist strikes my jaw. Fortunately, Moeka's weak. The blow does little damage. I still need to stop her from struggling. First, her hands. I start with her left. I grab her wrist and pin it to the floor. A fist flies towards my face. It pops against my left eye, blanking my vision for a second. She seems to stop struggling for a moment. Her hand claws weakly at the air. But it turns out that she was reaching for my hair. She grabs it hard. I feel several strands tear free from my scalp. I get a grip on Moeka's face and press her head against the floor. She tries to bite my fingers, so I pull my hand back. I grab the hand that's grabbing my hair and dig my nails into her wrist. This is friggin' brutal, man. But she still doesn't let go of my hair. All the while, her feet are pounding against my back. She's also trying to free her left hand. I can't take much more of this. I instinctively headbutt Moeka with all my strength. The sickening sound of bone against bone echoes inside my head. The impact makes me dizzy too, but I fight it. Moeka goes limp. An opening. Finally, I succeed at pinning down both her hands. Her glasses fell off at some point during the struggle. Her red, swollen eyes give her an even more demented look. There's an angry bump on her forehead where I headbutted her. She spits at me. The lukewarm saliva hits my face. Ugh. I want to wipe it off, but my hands are full. Moeka glares at me. There are tears in her eyes, perhaps from the pain.
よく目が合うな。
Moeka breaks eye contact when I mention it. She stares in my pocket. She must have caught a glimpse of purple. I smile scornfully.
お前を携帯に逃がすつもりはない。そんな権利をお前には与えない。返して。力尽きて奪い返してみろ。
Moeka tries again to free her hands. I lean in harder to keep them pinned. My strength and position are superior, so Moeka accomplishes nothing. Next, she struggles to free her body. Same result. I clamp my thighs firmly around her hips and hold her down. She occasionally knees me in the back, but I can bear that pain. It's not enough to make me forfeit this position. Moeka, without a doubt. I don't do sports or anything, so I'm not that strong. But I'm on top. I don't need to expend much energy to keep her pinned. She can scream and spit all she likes. Nothing will make me give up this position. Moeka shakes her head violently. She's just wasting her energy. I maintain position and stare down at Moeka. Until now, I've always run away from facing Moeka. But I can't do that on this world line. I have to know what her D-mail said. Moeka is still struggling. Whoo! This woman's out of control. Does she want another headbutt that badly? Uh-oh. A knock sounds from the door. Moeka and I both look into the door in surprise. Uh-oh. Damn, I didn't think about that. I can't have her calling the police. Moeka suddenly screams. You bitch! What now? I need to silence Moeka somehow. But I can't use either hand. There's only one way. I suddenly press my lips against Moeka's. Ugh. My loveless kiss shuts her up quite effectively. I lock eyes with her as well, trading glares in silence. I finally hear the neighborhood's footsteps recede. She's really gonna walk away after hearing that. Alright, well. What a relief. Did she bite a lip or something? I feel a sharp pain on my lip. I instinctively jerk away. Blood drips from my mouth and lands on Moeka's neck. She bit me! When I feel around my lip with the tip of my tongue, the taste of blood spreads out from the laceration. Moeka breathes wildly as she glares at me with tearful eyes. She grimaces and looks away. Her pink lips glisten with saliva. I might find the sight alluring if this situation were different. Moeka turns her face away and looks up, though through the open curtains at the bright full moon outside the window. Yeah, nothing suspicious here. That's right. How much time has passed? It feels like it's already been dozens of hours. But it's still night outside, so it probably hasn't been more than 1 or 2. Moeka hasn't said a word since I kissed her. She hasn't tried to escape either. Her expression is blank. She's just staring off to the side. What is she looking at? I follow her gaze, but the only thing there is a half-empty bottle of water. Has she given up? Either way, I can't let my guard down. Maybe it's the stress, but it feels like my body is going numb. And I've been drenched in sweat for a while now. This room has no air conditioning whatsoever. The heat is starting to get to me. I thought I had an overwhelming advantage in this position, but it's harder to maintain than I expected. Not only do I have to keep Moeka pinned, I also have to keep a close eye on her so she doesn't try anything. All Moeka has to do is lie there. She can rest, and try again whenever she's ready. Will this last all night? At this rate, my strength is going to give out first. Fear mounts. If she escapes, she's going to try to kill me. She must have her gun here somewhere. I'm sure of it. I consider calling Kurisu for help, but I can't use either hand, and I don't even know what time it is. Damn, it's almost like I'm the one trapped. No, stay positive. You can do this. Moeka's dependent on her phone. That's her weak point. If I keep her separated from her phone, then sooner or later, her will to resist should collapse. It's a matter of whose strength will fail first. Suddenly, Moeka calls my name. Now she's trying to ask nicely. Does this mean she's given up? This is what I was waiting for. Now I move in for the kill.
D メールを送ったことを覚えているか? D メール。過去へ送ることのできるメール。お前はそれを送った。機種変更に関する内容だと思っていたが、それは嘘だった。お前は俺たちの目をごまかしてこっそりメールの内容を入れ替えたんだ。
Her typing speed is lightning fast. It would have been easy for her to type a mere 36 characters, while Daru and I were preoccupied with the phone wave.
その結果、世界線が変わった。お前は覚えていないか?
Normally, once the past changes, everything until that point is undone. But it should be possible to make Moeka remember, just as Ferris and Lukako did.
知らないんじゃない。思い出していないだけなんだ。思い出せ。お前は思い出さなければならない。
Or else what? I don't know. This is just a tactic to put pressure on Moeka. I have another plan to make her remember. Moeka turns away again and bites her lip. Tears start falling from her eyes. I watch, never once taking my eyes off of her. I didn't notice before now, but her shirt must have become undone during the struggle. I could see the alluring curves of her collarbone, the skin of her large pale breasts, hint of sexy underwear. Her breasts heave with each painful breath. The base of her neck is stained with blood from my lip. It's dry, like a scab. Normally, Moeka could be mistaken for an elegant, beautiful woman. But now, she has large shadows under her eyes. Her skin is rough. Her face is pale. She looks more intoxicated than intoxicating. Her entire body reeks of death. She's clearly insane. This is the real Moeka. I wish I'd realized sooner.
本当に知らないの。思い出せるならそうするけど、わからないわ。一体何のことなのか。
Moeka's gaze shifts constantly from me to the ceiling and then to the window. But her slow murmuring is evidence that she's almost beat. Just a little more, and her resistance will end.
だったら質問を変える。2週間ほど前、お前は奇妙なメールを受け取ったはずだ。差出人はお前自身の携帯。しかもそのメールは数日後の未来から送信されていた。
Moeka's eyes open wide. Gotcha.
覚えがあるな。それがお前が送った D メールだ。内容を教えろ。
教えたら
携帯を返す。
くそ。
Oh man. She suddenly curses at me.
内容は言えない。
Well, then we'll just keep this up.
なぜだ。
ラウンダーに関係する。
Her mission. I recall what Moeka told me on a previous world line. The Rounder's mission is to find and acquire IBN 5100s. In that case,
IBN 5100.
She fell into my trap. Her reflexive response was all I needed to see.
それに関することだな。
どこまで知っている。
質問をするのは俺だけだ。いいから答えろ。
言えない。FB を裏切る。
携帯よりも FB を選ぶのか。大した忠誠心だな。
But Mayuri's fate hangs in the balance. I can't give up. Moeka still hasn't calmed down. She's been opening and closing her hands for a while now. She's not trying to escape my restraint. She's just twisting her body, licking her lips, shaking her head, trying to brush the hair off her face. It's like she's suffering from withdrawal without her phone. Soon, she won't have the mental fortitude to resist. If she won't talk to me now, I'll just wait until she will.
携帯がないとそんなに苦痛か。なぜそこまで依存する。
会話まともにでき。
今はしているではないか。
And when she attacked the lab, she was leading a squad of hardened killers. But Moeka shakes her head violently.
メールまでできなくなったら、私は世界から断絶してしまう。
世界だと孤独な女を気取っているつもりか。
違う。ラウンダーじゃなくて FB から見捨てられる。
That's the same thing, isn't it?
だったら世界などと言うな。何の罪もない女の子を容赦なく殺した分際でマユリを世界から断絶させた分際で。
殺してない。
そう、この世界線ではな。だが別の世界線においては、お前はラウンダーとして俺たちのタイムマシンを奪おうとした。その時に殺したマユリを。
On the world line where I interrogated Moeka, she told me that Mayuri was expendable. It didn't matter to CERN whether she lived or died.
FB の指示なら殺した。
FB とは何者だ。一体どこにいる。
I asked her the same question back then, but another rounder appeared before she could answer. Something tells me she won't have backup this time. Moeka's position in the rounders has changed.
ならばいいことを教えてやる。いいか。お前は今、俺に捕まっている状況だが、助けを期待しているのなら無駄だ。どうせ誰も助けに来ない。お前は絶望に打ちひしがれたまま4日後に自殺する。
Moeka seems startled by this. I go in for the kill.
俺は5日後から来た。セルンが欲しがるタイムマシンを使ってな。だから知っている。お前はこの部屋で一人孤独に自分を殺すんだ。お前の大好きな FB はお前を助けない。ラウンダーもセルも300人委員会もだ。どれだけメールしても上司からの連絡はないんだろう。それはなぜだ。もう見捨てられているんだよ。
Oh, damn. Moeka's face contorts in despair. Once again, tears fall from her eyes. Guilt squeezes my heart. I know I'm causing this woman pain. Inside of me, a voice whispers that it's nothing compared to what she did to Mayuri, that I have no reason to show mercy to a murderer. But at the same time, my conscience screams that it's wrong to hurt someone, no matter who they are or what they've done. Insane mad scientist my ass. I'm afraid to hurt my mortal enemy. I'm nothing but a hypocrite.
FB をかばう必要はない。だから全て話せ。
I ignore the ache in my heart and push harder, but Moeka shakes her head violently.
FB は裏切らない。私を見捨てない。
ならなぜお前は4日後に自殺すると思う。
お前が私を殺すのよ。自殺に見せかけて。
俺はそんなヘマはしない。俺ならお前を殺した後でタイムリープする。
私は
FB から返事が来ないと言ってこの部屋で死んだような顔をしていたのはどこのドイツだ。もう何日来ていない。 FB からの連絡は普段はどのくらいの頻度で来ていていつから来なくなった。
I keep the questions coming. Need to pile on the pressure.
毎日でももう10日近く。
10日も連絡が来ていない。そうだ。
Moeka looks up to me with pleading eyes.
私裏切れないよ。
お前は裏切られたんだよ。
FB を信じてる。
お前は切り捨てられた。利用されるだけされてな。もう用済みということだ。
FB はそんな人じゃ。
だったらどんな人なんだ。
お母さんみたいに私に優しくて、私はやっと心地いい居場所。
Like a mother. FB is a woman? I expected an evil-looking old man like you see in the movies, but I guess I was wrong.
悩みを相談したり、いつもすぐに返事くれた友達みたいで、でも包み込む優しさがあって。
会ったことは。
Moeka shakes her head weakly.
会ったことがない。お母さんみたいで友達みたいでお前にとって心地いい居場所だったのに。
Damn, if they had met, I could have gotten Moeka to lead me to her.
ラウンダーは互いの正体隠すのがルールで、
連絡は取り合っていたのに一度も会ったことはない。確かに会うのはルール違反かもな。
違うよ。会ったら幻滅される。
会いたいと言われたことは
一度もないし、言ったこともない。
その様子だと電話もしたことがないな。
Moeka turns away. Then she nods faintly.
避けられているとは思わなかったのか。そこまで親身になってくれた優しい女上司がお前に会おうとしない理由は本当にルールだけか。そしてなぜ連絡をよこさない。理由を考えてみろ。振り込め詐欺と同じだ。お前は騙されていたんだ。
エフビを悪く言わないで。そんな人じゃない。
連絡が途絶える前、最後のメールはどんな内容だった？
IBN5100 を指定場所に置いておけ。
The IBN 5100. Moeka, you fool. You've let your tongue slip. 2 weeks ago, FB told her to leave the IBN 5100 at a drop point. That means she already had it in her possession at the time. I recall how Moeka kept bombarding me with questions about the IBN 5100. I might have let it slip that I found the computer at Yanabayashi Shrine. After that, she sent her D-mail. The world line changed. The lock was broken on the shrine storehouse. The IBN 5100 was gone. These facts point to one conclusion. She had sent herself the location of the IBN 5100. Now that I know, it seems so obvious. If only I hadn't trusted Moeka. If only I'd seen through her lies. But no, I played right into her hands. I was the tool's tool. I almost burst in self-deriding laughter. But I desperately hold it back and keep a straight face.
その場所はどこだ？
コインロッカー、大ビル前の。
The coin locker in front of Daibiru. Well, wait, isn't that where Lukuko hid the IBN 5100 on the previous world line? Is this another effect of convergence? Can I retrieve the IBN 5100 if I go there now? No, I can't expect it to still be there. Remember what happened with Lukuko. The invisible force of convergence is keeping the IBN 5100 away from me. If I want to get it back, I need to cancel Moeka's D-mail. I know the message. I've already reached my goal. Moeka starts crying softly. I sigh deeply and lift myself off Moeka's body. Then I lean back against the wall and stretch my aching limbs. I take Moeka's phone out of my pocket. Moeka slowly gets up. She wipes her tears and fixes her hair and clothes. Her wavy hair obscures her face from this angle, so I can't make out her expression. She doesn't react to what I said. Even though I'm no longer restraining her, she doesn't try to attack me and take back her phone. I open Moeka's mailbox and search for the D-mail. It takes about 3 minutes, but I finally find it. 3 mails from Moeka's own phone, each 12 characters long. Sent August 4th and received on July 31st. Retro PCs at Yanabayashi Shrine. Just as expected, Moeka's changed her D-mails in the few seconds I had my back turned. All I need to do now is send the cancellation email.
今、ラボにいるか？
心配させんな、バカ。
Poor Karisu.
心配してくれていたのか？
どう見ても死亡フラグ立ってたから、無事なのが驚きよ。
今どこにいる？
ちゃんとラボで待機中。
もう一度 D メールを送る。準備を頼む。
タイマー設定は？
31日の 11時頃に着くように設定を。
31日の11時。
Do not go. Not at shrine, it's a trap. While Karisu calculates the hours, I type the mail. It says do not go, not at shrine, it's a trap. I address the mail to the phone wave, name subject to change.
準備 OK。
よし、起動してくれ。
起動した。
I press the send button. The mail starts sending. Reading Steiner should activate. This time for sure. I brace myself for the incoming vertigo. But will it work? Because Moeka is so obsessed with FB that she might not even care if it's a trap.
ダメだ。なぜ変わらない。
また間違い？
いや、そんなはずはない。萌香の D メールの内容も確認済みだ。それを否定するメールを送った。
Why isn't it working? What the hell's wrong this time?
最初の D メールの内容は？
柳林神社に IBN5100 があると知らせるものだ。今のメールでそれは罠だと否定したんだが、もう一度別の文面で再送を。
待った。 D メールの面倒な部分についてはロト6の実験で検証済みでしょ？
The Lotto 6 experiment. I sent myself the winning numbers, but the past me didn't buy the ticket. Instead, he gave the winning numbers to Lukako.
D メールを読んだ人間がその通りに行動するかどうかは個人の資質に影響される。桐生って人は神社に IBN5100 があると知らされた。直後にそれを否定するメールが来ても構わず神社へ行ったという推測が導ける。
否定するメールを信じなかったか、あるいはクソ真面目に否定されても念のために調べてみたかということか。
I glance at Moeka. She's still hanging her head, but her tears have run dry. I wonder if she's listening.
厄介ね。神社に調べに行くことにリスクが発生すると伝えても聞いてくれなかったっていうことだから。
より強制力の強い文面にするしかない。神社に行くのを禁止させるぐらいの。
どうやって？
That's the problem. Is it possible to persuade her with just 36 bytes of text? Or should we consider other possibilities?
例えば、7月30日のお礼と D メールを送り、先に IBN5100 を回収させるという方法は？
その日のあんたは IBN5100 に興味があったのか？
Besides that, Moeka, he would probably still contact Moeka in the same way, and she would know that the IBM 5100 was there, and if he still ended up allowing her to become a lab mem and such, the same thing could occur just further back. He could tell her that he got it from Yanabayashi Shrine, etc., etc. When did I start caring about the IBM 5100? I can't remember. Fine, that's out. How do I convince Moeka to listen? At that moment, an electric shock runs through my brain. 2 initials.
FB だ。
Yep.
萌香の上司、依存の対象。FB からのメールなら無条件で信じるはず。
その FB とかいう人の携帯持ってるの？
いいや、会ったことさえない。どこにいるかもわからない。
話にならない。
少し時間をくれ。
また待たせるのか？私はずっとラボに泊まり込んでるからいいけど、あんまり無茶しないでね。
So even after prying answers out of Moeka, there's still more work to be done. Fate really seems to love getting in my way. Alright, to break out of this world line, I need FB's identity and location. I call Moeka's name. When she finally looks up, I drop her phone into her lap. She accepts it with a confused expression.
FB を探すことになった。
Moeka grips her phone. but she doesn't look at the screen. I sigh deeply. I need to get as much information on FB out of her as I can. Honestly, I couldn't care less. I hate having to stand here and talk with the woman who killed Mayuri. Hugging her phone to her chest, Moeka retrieves her glasses and puts them on.
4年前死のうとしてた。
Her voice is a barely audible whisper. For a moment, I'm surprised she's not talking by mail.
何の希望も持てなくて、何もかもが嫌になって。
原因は
特にこれっていうのは。
Her expression is blank, lifeless, like always. But behind her glasses, her eyes are red from crying. They are the only trace of emotion on her doll-like face.
小さなことがたくさん積み重なって、もともとこんな性格だし。
家族は
Moeka shakes her head a little. She has none, I guess. I don't bother asking whether she ever had parents. It really doesn't matter.
自分の部屋で睡眠薬大量に飲んで、でも死ぬのを失敗して、そこにメールがラウンダー募集って個人宛てじゃなくて一斉送信。
Isn't that spam? Do the rounders really recruit like that?
私がどうでもよくなってた。だから気づいたら返信してた。そしたら連絡が来たの。それからずっと FB の指示に従ってた。
ずっとこの秋葉に
Moeka shakes her head.
3ヶ月前まで名古屋、その前は横浜、その前は。
The Rounders' chief duty is to acquire IBN 5100s. I guess they had her traveling all over Japan, digging up info on retro PCs.
これまでに IBN 5100をいくつ見つけた？
1台も。
No results. It sounds like CERN is spending a lot of effort for not much return. I sigh deeply once again.
お前はこの後どうするつもりだ？ただ絶望に打ちひしがれて予定通り自殺するか？抗おうとは思わないのか？
抗う？
Even as I ask the question, I know that for her, rebellion is impossible. This world line has already approved her death. She's in the same situation as Mayuri. No matter what she does, she will die. I know that, and yet I ask the question.
FB はお前を利用し見捨てた。それを認めろ。その上で FB に対してどうしたいと考えているんだ？
Moeka looks down.
利用されていたとしても、私の居場所そこしかなかったから、初めてだった。生きてきた中で自分が必要とされたこと、 FB が居場所を与えてくれたの。その居場所を守るためなら生きがいを与えてくれた FB を何だってする。
お前は救いようのないバカだ。
I stand up.
だったら依存したまま死んでいけ。お前の死は確定している。だが俺は世界の思い通りになっていいとは思わない。だから徹底的に抗う。
No matter what, I will save my Yuri. Just a little bit more. I can't give up now. Whew, man. That was intense, son. Oh, take a moment to stretch. And I can stream for a bit longer, so let's keep going.